Hey Alex, how's it going? What's going on with your stock?
Yeah, well, everything's alright. Everything's a bit steady, but things are improving. I was second bottom, I believe, last week, and now I've shot up the table. Breedon Aggregates, they've done very well recently when it comes to their recent results, but their share price hasn't really done that good. But hey, I'm still confident. General election looming, a lot of uncertainty. Let's see what happens.
Do you think that's good news for the aggregate market then?
Aggregate market? Believe it or not, yes. I was actually watching an interview with the CEO earlier. He's actually the chairman of the Leicester Tigers, my rugby team, and he's very positive on the general election. There might be a little uncertainty there, especially when it comes to property and building, but all the parties love infrastructure. Infrastructure's a really good thing. That's what they want to promote. And Breedon, as an aggregate company making lots of cement, of course, they're looking to benefit from that. So I'm hoping the next quarter at least, Breedon are going to actually get some good positive news in the market, and hopefully it will show in the share price.
And the results figures, were they just basically in line with what the market expected, which is why there's been no real impact on the price, or are you still expecting a bit of a spike from that to come through?
Well, that's the thing. They made £21 million profit. That is quite significant. It was up 94% from the year before. So when you hear that sort of lines, and when we're talking about AIM stocks as well, we're thinking, what, double or something like that in the share price? No, it hasn't done anything. It was actually, they issued equity a few weeks before, and I think that put a massive dampener on that. I think the market's almost priced it in as well, the fact they were doing very well, the fact they were a very steady share, and that a lot of people are interested, but at the same time, it's not something that was completely out of the blue and it's going to move the share price really. So yeah, things are looking okay. I don't know, I kind of wish I picked something a bit more exciting, but at the same time, I like how steady it was, and I'm sticking to what I said at the very start of the year.
Well, if you think yours was pretty steady, mine was probably, I was hoping for a steady rise, and all I've got is a steady performance.
Oh, steady.
It's just sat there pretty much at where we started. We've had a dividend come through, 1.75%, which is positive. The good news is that there's some feed coming through. The performance last year was good. This year, Mighton's been topping up their investment in the company. They're quite a large holder already. I think they've now gone over 12%. So they're keen supporters. They clearly see there's something going on there. This company's been buying back shares in the market to ensure that there's no overhang. So they're trying to make sure that the share register is kept tight. So that's quite positive. The only thing that has been coming through really from their portfolio so far is, and you've got to excuse my Welsh pronunciation here, a site called Park Seaby, I believe it is, which is just about to open a 200 space truck stop. That doesn't sound like very much in itself, but this is right next to their Holyhead site, one of their big port projects. And clearly they're putting in place the infrastructure around the site so that as these sites develop out, they have already got the infrastructure to not just get trucks and containers arriving at the port, but then they've got them moving on, trucks available to pick them up and get them shifted on elsewhere around the country. So quite clearly they did some work they're doing there to really develop these sites. At the moment, that's not come through in terms of share price, although there was a funny mystery day's trading when the price seemed to jump up by over 5%. Nearly 10p in one day, and the next day to drop down by the same 10. So I have no idea what happened.
So you can't explain that then?
It's a complete mystery. That little spike was interesting at the time. I thought suddenly we're on a winner there. I rapidly moved up the table that day, but then slid back down again to a kind of safe performance of not much trading at all, activity in terms of my price. So it's doing okay. In terms of the news, I think, for the company. In terms of share price so far, as I said, it's going to be a steady eddy for the year. Hopefully something comes through positive in some of the projects they're working on. We've still got the 6-month numbers to come through later on this year, which will give us a revaluation of the asset value. Unfortunately for my company, they put their numbers out 6 monthly and that's it. So I won't see any real pickup in terms of their property values until the 6-month numbers. But if there's some good news coming through in that as well, we'll see a little bit spike in the price at that point.
Yeah, I think we can both say we've got very steady they're a bit lost, our stocks really.
I don't think they're lost. I think we said at the beginning of the year, they're going to be steady performers, they're going to tick along, they're going to do their job. I think they are doing their job. At the moment, the spicier stocks are proving to be the best performers.
Exactly. I like to keep the idea is mine would be straight into the portfolio, something consistent, easy, and it's done what it's doing so far. Hopefully, next time we'll be speaking, it'll be up there.
You might see some actual performance in share price.
Maybe I do. Oh well, thanks for your time, Dave.
Good stuff. Let's do it again in a few months.